our game is Candia 1669 on Crete. This is the last Venetian foothold on Crete. It's a siege that's lasted 23 plus years. And in an unusual move, Louis XIV has sent a French expeditionary force to show the Venetians how to fight and beat the Turks with their usual tact and diplomacy. So the Venetians aren't that thrilled to have them on board, but are welcome for their help. But Louis has sent the King's Musketeers, both squadrons. So we've got Porthos, Aramis, and the other one whose name I can't remember. D'Artagnan is here, the James Bond of the 17th century.
The most famous one.
Well, the most famous one, because although it says in the books that he's somewhere else, we know that that's to cover his tracks being the secret agent that he was. He was here. And so we've got that. We've got Venetians, French armies from the 1660s. The Ottomans are on point too, so mostly infantry, high contingent of Janissaries, lots of raw sort of Bosnian troops, and a limited but handy bunch of Spahi as well. So these are the siege lines. The trench lines are touching the covered way at the moment. They've got a mortar in there, so the French, almost overnight of arrival, have done this sort of surprise sortie onto the lines, caught the Ottomans on the hop, and so they're a bit tardy to get sorted here, and they're wading through the lines to beat the Turks. They've got three super duper out of control elite bladed royal families represented on some boards there, and they're a nuisance. Everybody hates them. Nobody wants them to die because they're friends of Louis, but they're not here in official capacity. So the Venetians are trying to keep them safe, and the French are tolerating the French royals, put it that way. The galleys that you might see here are supporting the French action. They're Venetian fleet. They had naval superiority. Totally useless. No effect whatsoever on the battle. It's a soldier's battle down here. A lot of blades, a lot of armour, quite late for the period because of the trench warfare. What seems to have happened is that they get into the trench lines. It starts to look like a conventional win, but then both sides' mines are detonated, some are deliberately, and some by accident because of all the match they're carrying with their firearms. So the large explosions that look like thermonuclear devices are various category of mine. It's either an arsenal or a small mine or a half-done mine. And that's actually what seemed to have decided the battle. Both sides were terrified, the horses terrified, and they both then departed to a kind of safe area, and the French were gone within a week.
Okay, yeah, we're here today. We got our 28mm Battle of the Bulge game. We play rapid fire rules. I know it's 28mm, but we like to 20 or 28mm. Yeah, it's 16 by 6. This show is amazing. The show organisers are always very good here. We love coming up. We're from Bournemouth. I mean, there's 3 of us today. There's myself, there's Alan and Mark. There is Ian as well. He couldn't make it today. We're just 4 little guys. Game in my shed and enjoyment as well. I'll get a little thing there for Pete in Paul, enjoyment. He's a very good guy as well, so we like gaming at his shop as well. So because we've always done rapid fire, we're very old dinosaurs. We stick with rapid fire. We know Colin very well. He's a nice chap as well. Colin does rapid fire with Richard, and yeah, we're just happy with the rule system. You can play a game in a few hours, or you can go really in depth. I mean, when we set this up at the church, we hire a church near to where I live, and we game all day, and we always have fun with rapid fire. I know there's other great systems out there, but we're happy with rapid fire, so yeah, whatever works, yeah. Some people are happy with other systems. We've gamed it for 20 years probably now, or near on 20 years, and we're happy. We've done Normandy, we've done Arnhem. A few years ago we came here with our Oosterbeek game, and we're blown away with the reactions we got. And because of COVID, we haven't been able to come back. This is our first time back in Partizan since 2019, and again, it hasn't changed. You come north, you get more friendlier people. It's really, really good up here. We love it. It's a 4.5-hour trip, but anybody come to Partizan. It is a great show.
Today we're doing a game based in the New Zealand wars of the 1840s. I'm not even watching what's happening over my shoulder even as we're speaking here. Using the sharp practice rules in 28mm. It's inspired by historical events, but it's not absolutely dictated by it. And we're at the halfway stage at the moment. The British have started their assault on the Maori fortified village. They're starting to run out of steam as those daring Maoris keep popping out of cover and getting in the way of their advance. So it's still cut and dried at the moment who's actually going to win. It's been great. I think the fact that it's a slightly different period to ones people are accustomed to. Visually it's great, obviously, with the power fortifications, jungles, redcoats. What's not to like about it? It's not your normal Napoleonic game. Oh, I'm obviously helped by my wonderful group of supporters here. We're all part of the Barnsley Wargames Club, which has been going for the best part of 40 years now. But it's great to actually be out here at a show like this, particularly when it's so well supported again. Just haven't really had a chance to go around and see the other great looking games we've got.
we're running a Lion Rampant Viking game. Basically, the story behind it is we've got one group of Vikings who've converted to Christianity, and the other group of Vikings who are staying true to the old gods. So those who are staying true to the old gods are not too happy about it, so they're going to take it out on those who have converted to Christianity. So it's a smaller game than we've been putting on in the past, but it's one that we feel gives a good opportunity just to show what we do as a group. I think when you put on shows like this, games like this, you've always got a regular group of people who come up and chat to you anyway. They like what you do, they like your style of painting or figures, whatever else. But in this particular period, there's a lot of interest in the Dark Ages, a lot of interest in Lion Rampant now with the new second edition having come out. And that's all good. And people Kevin's a great painter. I'm not quite as good as he is. But he produces some lovely figures, and people will come up and ooh and ah at them, and how did you do this, and all the rest of it. So that's good. I think there's a buzz about it today. I think there's a good mix of traders. The quality of the shows that I've been able to see has been really good. It's well organised. You feel welcome. It's bright. It's airy. I particularly like the Boondogged Saints guys. I love what they did in the earlier Partizan in May on India. I love what they've got on today. And there seems to be a lot more 16th century and 17th century games today, which is unusual. Not much on the naval side, but quite a lot of land games. Good, just a good variety, good buzz. I think it's a good showcase for the hobby.